Did USC just land the next Brock Bowers? Elite, 5-star, number 1 tight end in the country, Mark Bowman, out of Mater Dei, has committed to the USC Trojans, pushing their class up to number 1 overall in the class of 2026. Lincoln Riley, Chad Bowden, everybody over there doing a tremendous job keeping the best talent in state. And this is an elite talent when you land a Mark Bowman. This is Group Chat Sports. I'm live in the Channel Islands, my favorite spot in Southern California. We cover portal, recruiting, coaching changes, transactions, you name it. We got it here at Group Chat Sports. So please like and subscribe. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with Mark Bowman. 6'4.5", 225. Originally in the class of 2027, just reclassified recently to the class of 2026, but his rating didn't change. Number 1 tight end in the country, top 16 player overall, 5-star. That's how elite he is. You see the schools in the mix: USC, Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss. This is a big-time player. And, of course, the comparison we see Mason Taylor, but you also see, and I think this is probably more accurate, Brock Bowers. Now, why is Brock Bowers an accurate comparison for Mark Bowman? I think it's the lateral quickness, the ability to run with the ball, and the ability to make things happen down the field. Just more speed and athleticism than Mason Taylor, who I was able to see. I actually seen both of these guys live. Saw Mason Taylor down here in South Florida. Saw Mark Bowman at the 7-on-7 championships in Tampa when he was just a young player, but was already the best tight end in attendance. Kind of a little preview of what was to come. Let's take a look at the film on this guy. These are sophomore highlights, but since he's reclassified, this is going to be the last year. So just, again, the change of direction to me is what catches your attention. The ability to move laterally and then use his speed to outrun guys. That's unusual, man. That's not normal to have that kind of speed, that kind of quickness. Sometimes you have guys that are big and, straight line fast, but to be laterally fast and quick, that's different. This guy's a guy who clocked 4.65 laser with a 36-inch vert. These are verified times. Statistically, 32 catches, 435 yards, 8 touchdowns for a loaded Mater Dei squad that went wire to wire as the number 1 team in the country nationally. We know all the names, Chris Henry, just different elite players on that team, and he was still a weapon. Easy to make the Brock Bowers comparison, right? When you look at the number, he's wearing that number 19. Brock Bowers' number at Georgia. He's from California. Of course, Brock Bowers from Mater Dei, and he just has that ability to make plays with the ball in his hands. I think his blocking, I'm not expecting to be a powerhouse blocker, but like Brock Bowers, he's willing, he's tough, he's at a program that is elite, so he is able to get his nose in there. You see him blocking on the move and be at least effective there against smaller players and be tough and competitive against bigger players. They're seeing getting fired up. But this is where the money is. Look at him adjust to the ball. Everything you see, hands catch, and then after the catch, spinning off, running someone over, dragging 3 guys. It's the toughness, it's the short area burst, it's the long speed, and it is the ability to make guys miss, which also will translate to his route running. USC, absolutely on fire, right? This is kind of the story here. When you got a Tomohini Tupoi, who I love, Kenye Pepe from IMG, 2 big linemen, Polynesian descent. We've seen that have success at USC before, that profile, but it's been a while since they've been consistently getting it done with that type of player. And then, of course, landing the big-time local players like Bowman at a school like Mater Dei, which is sending players to Ohio State right now. So it's not like you've had a stranglehold on that school, but getting a guy like this is a major prize. Will USC keep the number 1 class in the country as other teams fill up? We'll see. They've got a bigger class than most. I think they might sign as many as 30-plus kids in this class. We'll see if that's the case, but obviously they're off to a hot start as we look at their ranking. Number 1, 27 commits, 16 4-stars, 1 5-star, Bowman being that one. So, look, it's one thing to sign 27 players or get 27 players committed, but when the majority of them are blue-chip players, you're feeling pretty good about the situation. That's what you had there at USC, getting the top players in California to stay home and really be the bedrock of that class. Whereas Lincoln Riley, when he first got there, was such a portal-heavy operation. Didn't quite work out. You end up going to Notre Dame, getting their GM, Chad Bowden, bringing him down to USC and immediately paying dividends in the recruiting class and the ability to prioritize the right local guys and get them to sign on the dotted line. Again, you see hands catch, quick, explosive move upfield. That's what you get with Mark Bowman, and the physicality. Yeah, look, I just like the effort, man. He's 225. He's a big guy at the high school level. He'll probably be, 240. There's another hands catch in the college level, but he's going to make his money just like Brock Bowers with his pass catching. But if he can block, he at least gives you more deception, right? He gives you more options. But as we go through this USC class, I mentioned Kenye Pepe, the big offensive tackle from Bradenton, Florida, IMG, originally from California, originally from American Samoa, but spent time in California. Simote Katoanga from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Jamion Winfield going into Texas. I believe he's originally from Mississippi, Winfield, before moving to Texas. So going to the Texas, getting a kid originally from the Deep South. And then Tomahini Tupoi, another Mater Dei player. Reminds me a lot of Vita Vea, number 74 player in the country. Deshaun Rideau, running back with a lot of talent for most Christians. They're powerhouse schools we're talking about. Albert Hill at corner, number 10 corner in the country. You just reclassified RJ Sermons, who was a blue chipper in this class, over to the 2025 class. So he's already on campus. Trent Mosley, another guy from Rancho Santa Margarita, teammate of Simote Katoanga, guy with speed, ability, top 10 receiver in the country. Brandon Lockhart. These are all California players, right? Aside from Albert Hill, the corner, and Winfield, these are California guys. Pepe, Bowman, Katoanga, Tupui, Rideau, Mosley, Brandon Lockhart at corner. These are all California players that rank among the top players at their position. I think you're going to continue to see them try to build that offensive lineup, because that's something that has fallen off with Lincoln Riley, in my view, and that really defined USC when they're at their best, one of the best offensive line schools traditionally in the country. So we'll see how this thing shapes up, but I wouldn't expect them to stop at 27 commits. I think they're going to keep on rolling, and this is a huge one, getting this elite tight end. Remember to like and subscribe to Group Chat Sports. We'll be covering your team and every other team every day here on out. Portal, recruiting, coaching switches, you name it. Like and subscribe.